Okay, cool. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Today is June 26, 2021. This is the Mozilla Philippines Community Monthly Online Meetup for June 2021. My name is Bob Reyes of the Mozilla Philippines Community and of the Mozilla Reps program. So we have an exciting lineup of stuff to discuss tonight. First things first, okay, reminders. So this session is being recorded. Uh, we will be able to see the replay in the coming days via YouTube. If you don't want to appear in the videos, please stay face muted. Though this is a virtual event, we still would want to see you. So kung gusto yung makita sarili nyo, you may want to keep your cameras on. And for us to be able to clearly hear our speakers, we'd like to request that you stay on mute unless you are encouraged to speak. There will be a Q&A after each speaker. Okay, what else? So will be our agenda for tonight. So we'll be discussing what Mozilla is, some updates about the Mozilla Philippines community, upcoming events, and then we'll have the talk from our friends at Canva. We do not have anyone who said that they will be conducting a lightning talk and some closing. Okay, so introductions and shoutouts. Who are with us tonight in the room? In the room, we have Gladys of Canva, Frederick all the way from Abu Dhabi, Jezreel, Kevin Norman is here, Lynn of Canva, Princess, and Romar. Okay, magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Sigurado may mga hahabol pa yan. Okay. So for those who just joined us, first time to attend our event, so I'll just give our usual introduction of what Mozilla is. We started with this web browser few decades ago. This is Netscape. So every time that I see the logo, it reminds me of my age. Elementary pa ako, high school ako nung lumabas yung browser to. So it's the very first web browser that I'd use. It's Netscape. And there was a point in time wherein Netscape had to evolve to something else. And it was during the time that they decided to make the source code of Netscape Navigator, Communicator, to be open to the public. And it was called the Mozilla Project. That was in 1998. So Netscape Communicator's source code was posted by mozilla.org. And from then on, the Mozilla organization evolved into a nonprofit that we know now, making Firefox. And as a nonprofit, we are mission driven. And what are our missions? We can summarize it into three things. So we want to build a better internet. Internet is now part of our daily lives. And it is also part of our mission to ensure that the internet will remain as a global public resource that is open and accessible to all. And we want to have an internet that truly puts people first so that individuals can shape their own experiences and to be empowered, safe, and independent whenever they are online. We've been here in the Philippines for almost 12 years, so we'll be celebrating our 12th anniversary this September. So this was one of the last photo shoots that we had. So in front of the Rizal Monument, we were asked, this was a celebration globally. So we were asked, what is to have a photo in front of a national monument? And we thought that the best place to have a photo shoot for the team is in front of the Rizal Monument. So we did, okay? I placed here the kilometer zero thing because I have to explain this to the global community. What's the significance of having a photo in front of Jose Rizal's monument? What's keeping us busy? In the Philippines, we are localizing stuff. It's more than translating. So we are localizing Firefox to Tagalog, Cebuano, and Hiligaynon. Firefox into Tagalog is now ready for use on Firefox desktop and on mobile. We are also advocating free and open source software, online security, privacy, through social media, online events, participating in lawmaking procedures, etc. So we are also developing courseware by an LMS with contents related to localization, privacy, web development, and ROS programming. Mozilla is best known for our product, Firefox, the web browser. So our mantra has been always committed to you, your privacy, and an open web. Last June 1, we had launched Firefox version 89. So it was a refresh of Firefox. The last one that we had was years ago. And this is what you expect from Firefox now. If you're still not using Firefox, we encourage you to give it a shot. It has so many cool features now. Okay. So just to summarize, Firefox, the web browser, is part of the Firefox family of products. So it's composed of the web browser, Firefox Lockwise, and Firefox Monitor. Okay. So Lockwise is our product. If you want to manage all the credentials that you have online. And Firefox Monitor is a service where you can check if your email address has been part of any known security breach. The ones below are the other flavors of Firefox aside from the release edition. We are also available on mobile for Android and on iOS devices. Last thing, okay, if you want to be private, if you don't want to share your email addresses to websites and things that you subscribe to, we encourage you to use Firefox Relay. So just go to relay.firefox.com for you to be able to create and generate email forwarders. Some updates. As I mentioned, Firefox 89 has been released on the 1st of June, and localization is still ongoing, both for Tagalog, Cebuano, and Hiligaynon. And every Wednesday night, when we are free, we have the Mozilla Philippines office hours live stream via YouTube, where we talk about technology and things related to the internet. Upcoming events for this Monday, we have the Mozilla Philippines Localization Team meeting at 9 p.m. Manila time. So just go to chat.mozilla.org. So this is an asynchronous type of meeting. So just search for the Mozilla Philippines chat room to join. How to join the Mozilla Philippines community? Very simple. Just go to join.mozillaphilippines.org or join.mozillaph.org. We need all sorts of people, not just the techie ones. If you want to build a better internet, make the web a better place for everyone, join us and share your time with the community. We are also looking for people who want to help us manage the social media presence of the team of the community. So this is the first time that we are announcing this. So we'll have a blog post and announcement on our social media networks later on. So if you want to be part of this, with or without experience in social media management, join us. We'll teach you how. We just need people that we can be part of this team. These are our social media channels. We are on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. And yeah, so if you have questions, not necessarily tech support questions, you may get in touch with us via info@mozillaphilippines.org or chat with us via chat.mozilla.org. And there you go, okay? So that's my time for tonight. So for this session of the Mozilla Philippines community online meetup, we have our friends from Canva. And our guest speaker for tonight is Miss Gladys Lacorte. So she's the lead of the Philippine community team at Canva, working with community managers to offer design support and engaging content in all of its local social media channels and communities. She has played a significant role in championing Canva's brand by ensuring all of its users, no matter what background, feel supported and represented through her team's community engagement efforts. Full of light and laughter and once a nurse, okay? In her past life, Gladys is well equipped with the empathy and drive to teach people for all walks of life how to design with Canva. And with that, okay, let's give a virtual hand applause for Miss Gladys Lacorte. Hey Gladys, how are you?
Hello. I was going to
Yes.
say good evening, but hello and good day. Thank you
Hi,
for
hi.
that wonderful introduction and hello and good evening from my end to
Yeah.
everyone who is watching. Hi and here with us. Thank you for that introduction and thank you for inviting Canva to be the host for tonight's learnings. Okay, so let me share my screen
Sure, sure. Thank you
so
too
we can
for
start. Yes.
yeah, for gracing
Ayan.
our meetup. Matagal na yung relationship ng Mozilla Philippines sa Canva. Actually,
Yes,
before
yes.
pa naging Canva yata.
Oo, before Canva even started here in the Philippines, meron ng
Yes.
close relationship with the team. Ayan.
Mm.
So happy to reconnect and happy to be here with you guys, and hopefully we can share some of our learnings as we've grown in the past couple of years, I guess. Okay. So start
Go.
na ako. All
Yes, say
right.
na yung floor.
Salamat. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our webinar. We are going to have Canva 101 and Graphic Design Basics with me, Gladys Lacorte. So let me introduce myself a little bit more. My name is Gladys Lacorte, Gladys Joyce Lacorte, actually. I am living in Parañaque, and I'm very happy to be running this webinar with you. Also, in the chat room, if machat kayo, no, we have Lynn, our teammate, and Em as well. So they're in the chat room to engage with you. So at any point, if you have any questions about the webinar or even about Canva, kahit yung product, kahit technical, kayang sagutin ni Lynn yan. Ayan. So please feel free to chat and engage with us. And along the way, meron din akong question sa inyo, so I hope it could be interactive kasi yun talaga yung goal namin every time we do we do webinars, no, for partner organizations like you. Ayan. Okay, so today, we are going to talk about a few things. So setting expectations. We're gonna do a quick intro to Canva. Ano ba yung Canva? Eh, lagi ko naririnig eh. And then we're gonna talk about a few tips and tricks if you haven't tried designing with Canva yet. And then we're gonna jump to the main topic of the night, which is graphic design basics. So yung mga basics na kailangan yung malaman para makapag-design kayo kahit hindi kayo graphic designer or hindi kayo expert sa visuals. Ayan. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. Ayan. So let's start with Canva 101. So ayan, pag tinatanong ako ng mga tao, no, tinatanong nila ako lagi, saan ka nagtatrabaho? Ganyan. And I always say, I work for Canva. Ganyan. Canva? Ano ba yung Canva? Ganyan. So my question for you tonight, today is, so go to the chat and please press number 1 if you have heard about Canva, if you've already used Canva to design anything. And a no judgment, please press 2 if you've never heard about Canva. You've heard of pero never tried. Ayan, meron ng 1, meron ng 1, a few more. Okay lang naman kung may 2, hindi naman ako magja-judge. Ayan. Sige, so mostly ang nakikita ko sa chat box ko ay 1, which is very good. But let's go through yung main definition talaga ng Canva. Kasi ako nung una, nahihirapan akong explain, lalo na sa mga tito and titas natin, di ba? Parang, okay, up po siya, tapos magde-design kayo. So, medyo mahirap i-grasp. So, ito na talaga yung textbook definition ng Canva. So Canva is an online design tool or an online design app that enables you to easily create beautiful and engaging designs with thousands of templates to choose from. So whether or not you feel like you are a creative person, you will be able to design easily and beautifully with Canva. Kasi marami ng templates ang available diyan for you to use. Papalitan niyo na lang ng mga, i-edit niyo na lang ng very, very light and make it your brand. Ayan. Why was Canva created? So we know that the usual way of creating good design a few years ago, a few years back was really, really complex, no? You had to purchase a software. Now for this webinar ay hindi na natin babanggitin. It shall not be named. No, you had to purchase software. Either you had to know how to design or hire someone who knows how to design. And then, di pa natatapos doon, you had to purchase stock photos, you had to purchase illustrations, pati fonts, binibili yan. And then, tsaka pala makakapag-work on layout, etc., etc. So it was a very long process from getting from point A to the end point where your design is ready for printing and posting on the web. And so then our founders thought that, hey, things should be easier when it comes to design. Kasi kailangan ng mundo ng mas magagandang design. So, they made Canva and they made it simple and integrated. So now with Canva, you can collaborate with your friends, your teams, your coworkers, your bosses, your clients online. Kahit sabay kayo mag-design. You also have one-click access to pro design tools na kailangan mo, no? Na kahit hindi ka marunong mag-design kasi yung ibang apps inaaral pa, sa Canva you don't need to study it really. It's just a drag and drop function and very easy to use. So di mo na kailangan yon. Meron din kaming library of millions of not just photos and images, but also meron kaming illustrations na ngayon, meron ng video, meron na ring audio that you can use. So whether you are a graphic designer, social media manager, or even a YouTuber, no? If vlogger kayo, pwedeng-pwede kayo mag-design on Canva. You also get one-click export directly to your social media networks, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, name it. And you get to download your files in different file types. So may PDF, may PNG, may JPEG, and many more. Really what we want for you to be doing is to publish anything, no, design anything and publish it just anywhere, kahit on the go. Why are we doing this? It is because our mission, Canvas mission, is really just to empower the world to design. Whether you feel like you are creative or not, kaya mo mag-design sa Canva. So yun talaga yung messaging namin. And I hope I mentioned it's free. Canva is a free app. You can download it for free on your Apple devices, on your Android devices. It's free. Then if you go to www.canva.com, it's free to sign up for an account. It's free to design. It's free to download as long as di kayo gumagamit ng premium elements. No? So we have free elements and we have premium elements. Ayan. To get started, just go ahead, download that app, go to the link, and start your Canva journey. So let's take a quick tour, so you guys can see what it looks like when you start designing on Canva. So let's take a look inside the homepage and find what you need to start designing. Okay, so in Canva, you can design anything and we have thousands of templates for you to choose from. Para makahanap ng perfect template, may mga few things na pwedeng gawin. You can start typing a keyword in the search bar. Say you want to create a logo, right? So type mo lang siya. Ayan, type mo logo, tapos lalabas lahat ng suggested file types na meron. You can also browse document themes. So if gusto mo social media, if naghahanap kayo ng something for marketing, documents, print, video, social, personal, at marami pang iba, you can scroll that way. But one of my favorite is just parang Netflix lang to. Ay, nagbanggit siya, oh. Parang naghahanap lang kayo ng papanoorin. So you can scroll down the page and look for the perfect one. If kailangan nyo naman ng custom dimension, we also have that feature. So just put in the dimensions that you need. Ayan. And then on the sidebar, these are all to help you organize your designs. So when you go to all your designs, makikita mo dyan, syempre lahat ng designs nyo. When you go to shared with you will find all the designs shared with you by other people. And one of my favorites here sa homepage ay yung folders. So if medyo neat freak kayo, no, and gusto nyo laging organize sa mga files nyo, you can use all your folders and organize your designs per folder. Ayan. So if makikita nyo, Canva's homepage is very easy. It makes it very easy for you to design anything and find what you're looking for. So very friendly talaga siya, and di ba, pastely, minimalist, ganyan ang mga look namin. Bagets na bagets. Ayan. There you go. So when you start designing, okay, let's go there. So start designing, you just have to select a template, decide what template you want to go with, and to start a design. So kunwari, naghahanap tayo ng something for Instagram. And let's start with the blank one so I can show you ano yung itsura ng editor namin and how you can find more templates. Ayan. So over the left side panel is everything that you can add to your design. So we will start with templates. Ayan, sa ating editor. Ayan. Sorry, pre-recorded video na kasi itong demo. So I'm just talking over it. So when you start in templates, dyan makikita nyo lahat ng templates na pwede nyong gamitin. You can also search if you're looking for a category, say for Christmas or kung anumang holiday. Uploads naman, you can upload your own files. So photos, videos, and even audios, you can upload it. So alam nyo naman how it works. It's gonna access the files in your device and you can upload it to your Canva account. Yung photo library, ayan, to search naman a photo, just type in a keyword, no? So, hanap kayo ng beach. But if you need to find a more specific photo, you can add a plus sign and then add another keyword. There you go. So, if you want to find a photo ng beach na may sunset, ayan. So, plus sunset lang. All right. And then the next one is yung elements or graphic tabs. Dito, you'll find shapes, illustrations, frames, animated stickers, charts, and many, many more. Padagdag ng padagdag kasi yan. So if you want to search for something, same way, just type in a keyword. And if you want it to be more specific, you can add a plus sign, ganyan, para mahanap nyo. Ayan. So, if makikita nyo dyan, pag may mga crown, yan, ibig sabihin that's paid elements. Pag naka-free, free yun. And then, we also have a video library. Ayan. So, mga montage na kailangan nyo or mga fillers na kailangan nyo if you're doing YouTube, you can use that as well. Ayan. So, ayan. You can start by adding a template. So, mag-choose lang kayo ng template here. There you go. And then when you click on something, yan, makikita nyo lalabas sa taas yung toolbar. So dyan sa toolbar, it shows you what things you can edit dun sa clinic nyong element. So pwede nyong i-all caps. Dadaanan natin yan mamaya sa susunod na section. There you go. So ang tanong kasi lagi dito, okay, because we have templates, ano yung chances na yung design ko kapareho ng design ng kapitbahay ko, no? There is a big chance that that can happen, but what we suggest that you do, kaya siya editable, is because you can edit it to your own colors, you can edit it to your own messaging and your own text, make it truly your brand, kumbaga, kahit na medyo pareho sila ng layout, as long as yung editing mo would represent your own brand and your own message. That doesn't quite make it as, kumbaga, replikado nung sa kapitbahay nyo. Ayan. So with Canva, it's super duper easy to edit your design and make it truly your own. So to do that, ayan, another video, just select an object, ayan, that you want to edit. Tapos makikita nyo, like I said, the toolbar sa taas. So here you can edit text format and styles. You can also add text effects, position objects, and many more. Ayan. So mga text effects, yung position, yung layering, you can edit that as well. So if you want to edit, you just have to double click the text here. Ayan. If you want to edit the text, tapos maha-highlight siya, and then you can type in your message and use the toolbar to resize. So change the font size, yung alignment pwede rin, ayan. So yung mga line height, yung letter spacing, yung kerning, kaya rin palitan. You can also change the font. There you go. So just you can search for categories of font if you want it to be playful, ganyan, serif, sans serif. You can search for categories. Hmm. Ayan. So pinalitan mo na, no? And then to change the color of an element, all you need to do is click on an element. Ayan. Tapos may makikita kayong box of colors sa taas, upper left. And then from there, you can choose the color that you want to change it to. Ayan. So hanap lang kayo ng color. There you go. And once that's done, ayan, gusto nyo palitan yung isa, palit ulit kayo ng color, or pwede, if you know the exact hex codes of the colors that you need to use, especially if you're designing for a brand, pwede yan. Ayan. If you know how to work with layers, ayan yung mga gumagamit nung design tool na hindi natin pinangalanan, alam na alam ang layers. We can do design with layers then within Canva. If you want to change a photo, it's super easy. Drag and drop lang talaga. And if you make mistakes along the way, you undo button and then just drag and drop another thing or edit another thing. Ayan. You can also animate na ngayon. So you can animate elements. Pag click niyo yung animate button, you'll see different options of how you can animate your design. Ayan, so may block, may fade, pan, rise, and tumble. Those are the free ones. If makikita niyo yung crown, yun naman yung mga paid ones that you can get for free. If you upgrade to Canva Pro. There you go. And once you're done with your design, it's time to share your design with your friends and with the world. So designs save automatically every time you make a change in Canva. Pero alam ko naman sigurista tayo, no? So you can save it manually as well. So to save it manually, click on File and then click on Save. And then makikita nyo naman sa taas if all changes are saved or hindi pa, ganyan. Pero bawat galaw nyo nasa save talaga siya. Once you're done, you can share your designs with your friends, clients, teammates, or boss by email. So, pasok mo yung email nila. And you can edit the access that they get. So, if gusto mo view lang, okay lang yun. But if gusto mo may edit access, you can give them edit access as well. Ayan. You can also have them collaborate in your design. So, once you've shared that with you, and you give them the edit access, mapapasok na nila yung design na you can design together. Another new feature that we have here is yung comments. So you can collaborate and leave comments for each other, especially say, if you need approval for some things, ganyan. So pwede mag-comment. And then makikita nyo if the person you added or shared your design with, and nandun sa mismong design nyo, magpa-pop up yung profile nila sa taas. Ayan. And then they can just reply to your comments. Ganyan. When your design is complete, you can now download it as different files. So if you want it to be a static image, you can download it as JPEG or PNG. Pwede ring PDF, standard or print if you need to have it printed somewhere else. Pwede ring MP4 video or GIF if you have animations. So ayan, tuwa ako dun sa GIF kasi nakakagawa na ako ng GIF ngayon. Ako, hindi ko na kailangan ng katulong. Ayan. And then, you can also connect your Canva account to post directly to your social media channels. Ayan, may Facebook, Twitter, may Instagram na yun ngayon. And lastly, if you're designing a business card or maybe a shirt or posters or flyers, may bago ngayon yung mga banners, yung mga pang tarpaulin. Pwede na rin sa Canva. We already print that. So we have a print partner. Just kumbaga design in Canva, have it printed in Canva, and then we'll deliver it to your doorsteps. And I think free delivery pa rin hanggang ngayon. Ayan. So that's it. That sums up our quick Canva tour. So I hope na nagustuhan nyo to. So my question for you is, what Canva feature are you most excited to use? Or if user na po kayo ng Canva, ano yung pinaka favorite nyong feature so far? Ayan. Sige. Hintay ako ng sagot. What are your favorite features in Canva? Before we move on to our next topic. All right. Ayan, sabi ni Bob, ngayon lang daw niya nalaman na may local printing. Actually, yung print partner namin is in, I believe, in Singapore, basta Southeast Asia. And then we have it delivered via DHL. And it usually just takes siguro 4 days max before it gets delivered to your doorsteps. But I think we're still looking for a partner printer here in the Philippines para mas mabilis. Ayan, Romar is excited about the animation. Hello, yes. Ayan, it's one of the newest feature just added siguro mga last year. Yan. Okay, so let's jump to the main topic of the night, which is graphic design basics. So, what is graphic design? When you hear the word graphic design, ano yung mga initial thoughts nyo? Ano yung mga initial feelings and emotions? Ayan. Kasi ako, o sige, pwede kayo sumagot dun sa tanong, what is graphic design for you? Kasi ako, pagka narinig ko yung graphic design, especially before knowing Canva and working for Canva, whenever I hear graphic design sa akin, basta sobrang intimidating sa akin yan. Although creative person naman ako, I just didn't feel like meron akong guts to design kasi I thought dapat ano ka, 'di ba? Dapat expert ka sa design, dapat may mata ka talaga. I didn't know that anyone could be a designer. So for me, when I hear the word graphic design, it's very intimidating. Ayan. So kayo, anong nararamdaman nyo pag narinig nyo yung graphic design? Sabi ni Bob, graphic design is something web developers try not to mess with. O di ba? Yun nga eh. Kasi may intimidating factor siya. Ewan ko ba naman sa atin. But, alright. So, may explanation ako. But, we are all, ayan, nag-agree pa si Romar, but we are all creative in many, many ways. Believe it or not, we are all born creative because it is what makes us human. So, some people are more creative musically. Some people are more creative in the tech side of things. Some are more creative in math. Hindi talaga ako yon. Some are more creative in, in communication and speaking. And some are more creative visually, creating designs and all that. But we are all creative in many ways. So you just have to tap into your creativity, no? Another thing that makes us human is that we all communicate in different ways. We are social creatures and I guess yun yung napatunayan din nitong pandemic na ito, no? Kahit na whatever vert you call yourself, if you're an introvert, an extrovert, an ambivert, ang na-realize natin dito sa pandemic social creatures talaga tayo. Ang hirap to live alone and just stay in the house. So we have webinars like this, excuse me, kumbaga, to connect with our community. So then that together, no, makes kumbaga makes up the definition of graphic design. So graphic design is how we use, excuse me, our creativity to communicate visually. To make that simpler, mas simple, graphic design is creative communication. Ayan. Okay. Sorry, inom lang po ako ng tubig. May makati ang aking lalamunan.
Sige lang, go, go.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Excuse me.
It's okay. Cool. So for those who just joined, feel free to use the chat box for your questions or concerns related to Canva.
Ayan, okay. Buhay na ulit yata ako. Sorry, medyo may asthmatic bronchitis ako lately. Okay, let's continue. All right. So yun, like I was saying earlier, graphic design is creative communication. And graphic design is not just for artists and creatives, no. In Canva, we believe that anyone can design and anyone can be a designer. And it just takes a little bit of practice and some basic knowledge lang on how to design, which yun naman ang pag-uusapan natin tonight. So very timely. So after this session, everyone is a graphic designer. tinatag ko na lang sa lahat, no? Also, graphic design could be iconic. Ay, nakikita ko yung ating mga attendees today, and I'm sure nakikilala nyo itong mga logos na ito. So this is IBM. Um, Graphic design is also empowering. So this is a Nike ad. Very simple, but my time is now, and then narinig nyo na sa utak nyo, just do it. And that's the power of graphic design. Also, graphic design is very useful. So this is a map of, I believe, the New York subway. At malapit na rin tayo magka-subway dito sa Pilipinas. So hopefully magkaganyan din tayo. But yes, so this is very helpful, di ba? And informative. So graphic design is many things and it can help us in many ways. Ayan. Tonight, we're going to talk about the basics of graphic design and how you can apply it to your content. Balita ko, naghahanap kayo ng social media manager dyan. O baka naman after nito, after nitong webinar na ito, may mag-apply na sa inyo, baba na. Baka naman makakuha na kayo ng social media manager. Ayan. So let's talk about text, color, imagery, and layout. Let's start first with text. So there are two different, ito yung main types of fonts na meron tayo, no? Serif and sans serif. Just to put it clearly, yung serif fonts, kaya siya tinawag na serif. Kasi yung serif, ibig sabihin little feet. So makikita nyo siya, like may mga paa siya dyan sa baba, and may mga little hats siyang ganyan. So serif fonts are classic and traditional looking. It's commonly used in print. So if maaalala natin yung mga newspapers, mga tabloids, magazines, books are printed in serif fonts. Because the little feet or yung serifs guide your eye along the lines of text. So kahit mahabang basahan, okay siya. Yung sans naman, this is actually ang buong pangalan niya ay sans serif. It is clean and modern and commonly used in digital. So kaya siya sans, obviously, ang sans, ibig sabihin ay wala. Ibig sabihin walang mga paa. Ganyan. So modern style ito and designed to look clean on digital screens. My tip when you are designing, especially nowadays that everyone is online and mostly your designs will be consumed online, if not on an email, on a website or on a webinar like this, mas maganda kung ang gagamitin nyo ay more sans font because it's easier to read on any device and any screen size. No, if your audiences are watching you or reading your designs on a bigger screen, well then good. Pero kung nasa phone lang sila and maliit, you have to make sure that your message is being sent across yung screen na iyon through your design. So use a lot of sans fonts. There's another type of font. It's called display. So ito yung mga uso na ngayon na mukhang handwritten and mas playful. Yan na. So display fonts are designed for headlines. Ayan, minsan kasi, natutuwa tayo mag-design with display fonts, no? Tapos yan na lahat yung gagamitan. It's very hard to read. Because display fonts can be bold, they can be cute, elegant, or quirky because they have so much personality. And that's why it's best to use it in small doses. So if you're gonna design using a display font, gusto nyo siya yung header. Ganyan, pampukaw lang ng attention. And then, the rest use sans font. Parang itong slide na ito lang, di ba? Very simple and straight to the point. Another tip when designing, so if you are designing on Canva or any other design app, nakakaubos oras kasi talaga yung naghahanap ka ng font. Diba? So, our tip for you is create a go-to list of your favorite fonts from each category. So, ito na yung favorite kong sans serif. Ito na yung favorite kong serif. Ito na yung favorite kong display. Sort of parang building your brand when it comes to design. Para yun at yun yung mga babalikan nyo. And you can create consistent designs. Para hindi na nauubos yung oras natin kakahanap ng font na gagamitin natin. Ayan. And remember, when designing, fonts always matter. Gusto naman yung bebe ko dyan. Sabi niya, hello, bebe ko. Always remember that they have their own language, they have their own character, and they have their own emotion. Ayan, for example, this text, this graphic that says, I will always find you, using a handwritten, cursive, calligraphy font, sends a message, yung parang, ano, parang, ay, ang sweet, ay, parang kahit saan, hahanapin niya ako, ganyan. Susundan niya ako, kinilig ako, ganyan. So, it's very personal kasi and romantic and loving, di ba? But the same text here, that says the same thing, but in a different font, like this, sends a totally different message, di ba? Parang kikidnapin na ako, ganyan. Oh, di ba? So, you have to make sure that you are sending the correct message with not just the text itself, but also the fonts that you use. Kasi malaking bagay yan. But if say you are designing during the Halloween season, okay lang naman din. If yun talaga yung gusto mong messaging and emotions na maramdaman ng audiences ninyo, okay lang naman. So it really depends on you. But be very careful. One of the troubles I have whenever I design is yung font combinations and yung themes, kung ano bang magandang font for each theme na gusto kong gawin. So this is a cheat sheet. You can take a screenshot of this. These are all font names that are available in Canva, and they are the best, kumbaga, to pair with each other, depending on the theme or the look that you're going for. So say you are going for the 1940s, ayan. So yung 1940s look yung gusto nyong design feel. So you can use the Sacramento font, partner with Lee Gothic, and then yung body mo could be Josephine Sands regular, ayan. If naman kung gusto mo yung fashion dito sa lower right, so pwede mong gamitin yung Bodini Bold, partner with Bodini Italic, and then Quattro Cento regular for the body naman. So this is a really good cheat sheet for you guys when you start designing. And again, these are all free fonts on Canva. Ayan. Okay. So just a quick run ng mga bagong features namin for text here sa Canva, no? So not a lot of people know that when designing on Canva, you just press the letter T on your keyboard and it will give you a text already that you can edit. Ayan. So, yan. Kumusta? And then, you can resize it either from the corners or yung font size numbers. You can adjust yung kerning or yung letter spaces natin. Ayan. And then, you can change the font. If you search for Pinoy, Philippines, Filipino, makikita nyo dyan yung iba't ibang Pinoy-made fonts natin. Truly Pinoy to. Tayo nang gumawa, tapos very, kumbaga, pasok sa culture natin, no? Meron dyan yung Cubao, merong Quiapo, yung pang jeep, ganyan, and many, many others. So this is super fun to use. Yung mga favorite namin sa Canva Philippines eh. Ayan. So, yan yung kumusta. And then you can change its color. Another thing, ayan. So, you can change effects then. This is one of the new text features that are available now in Canva. So, you can automatically put shadows. Dati kasi kinaka-copy-paste pa yung para maging shadow eh. You can give it like a lift from behind para talagang nagpa-pop. You can make it hollow, you can use flies, tapos gamitan mo ng ibang color for effect. Ayan, yung echo, ganun din. There you go. Ayan, yung echo, and then meron din tayo, you can change directions then. So it's very easily customizable kung anong look, and wala namang mali dito, no? Kahit anong gamitin nyo, eh, maganda talaga siya lalabas. You can also use glitch, change the directions again. Yung neon, medyo uso rin yan ngayon, yung mga neon signs. So if you use a brighter color, pak na pak talaga siya. And then one of the newest features that we have is yung curve. Ayan, marami kasi nagre-request niyan. So you can curve your text na rin. This is very useful if you're designing a logo. Ayan. You can also animate yung text lang mismo, ayan, pwede yan. And then, saka nyo siya i-download as MP4 or GIF. Ayan. That's the animation. Okay. And let me move. Okay. So another thing that is really important to talk about when we're talking about text and graphic design is hierarchy. So ano ba yung hierarchy? Hierarchy can actually lead your audience's focus to where you want it to be. Parang budol, ganyan. So in this, ay medyo na iba yung aking pasensya na. Parang nagulo yung design ko. But in this graphic, you will read this first, and then you will read this, and then this bit before you read the last one on top, that says, and you will read this last. So, ayan. Yan ang example ng pambubudol ng hierarchy. Remember that 90% of people will almost always read the biggest and boldest words first in your graphics. So, dapat, kunin mo ng leverage yun, no? To make the biggest and boldest words in your graphic. Yung pampukaw, kumbaga, narinig ko to sa YouTube eh. Kumbaga parang clickbait, ganyan. O, yun na yung pang-clickbait nyo para panoorin or basahin yung graphics nyo or yung content nyo on social media. And that's how you highlight the most important message to get them hooked into reading more about your content. Also, the reader always reads the headline and subhead and decides if they want to read more or learn more about what you posted, what you designed. So you have to make sure you really play with hierarchy. How can you create hierarchy in your design? Four different ways. Pwedeng weight, so ibobold nyo yung words na gusto nyo mag-stand out. Pwedeng color, so papalitan nyo lang yung color ng mga importanteng words or messages. Size, yun yung pinakamalaki. Or all three, halo-halo. Para walang kawala, no? Yun talaga yung unang babasahin. So you can do that for design. Okay, so next, let's talk about color. Let's play a little game. So I'm gonna show you colors, and then if you can go to the chat box and let me know kung anong brand yung naaalala nyo based on the colors. Okay. First one is this. What brand do you think this is? Ayan. Sabi ni Romar, DHL. Gets ko naman kung bakit DHL ito. Okay. Pero that's not, sorry. May right answer. Sabi ni Mark Anthony, McDo. Ayan. Ang gusto ko more din ng McDo after. Alright, anybody else? What brand is this? Romer says Jollibee as well. Okay. Last Tide. Natawa ako sa Tide. Gets ko naman yung Tide. Sabi ni Bob, sa unang tingin, German Football Club. Yes, I've gotten that answer a few times before then. But, tama si Mark. This is McDonald's. Alright, that was McDonald's. Ayan. So, the next one, what brand do you think this is naman? So, bluish and white. Ayan. What brand do you think this is? Robert says Facebook. Anybody else? Okay. Argentina football. At parang puro football. O, representation talaga to ng teams. FB, ayan. So, tama. This is Facebook. And then, eto, ewan ko na lang ha. Pag hindi nyo naman nahulaan, hindi na nga dapat hulaan. Pag hindi nyo alam to, hindi ko na. Ayan, what brand do you think this is? Sabi ni Romar, IBM. Sige. Di tayo uusad dito. Alright, what brand do you think this is? Ayan, Canva. Ayan. Char. Parang katulad din ng mga colors sa background ko, no? Colors of Canva din. Color scheme ng yan, talaga naman. Parang pinagtripan nyo ako. Sige, ako na lang sasagot. But this is the, I think so, newest, no? Parang revamped look ng Mozilla Firefox. Ni-research ko pa yan, guys. Kinuha ko pa talaga yung hex code nyo. Ayan. But this is the new colors. Ang cute. I love it. Ayan. So, why am I showing this to you? Gusto ko lang mag-enjoy tayo. But, just like fonts, when you are designing colors, please also remember they send out different messages as well. So, you have to make sure that you're sending the right message, not just with the fonts, but with your colors also, no? So, different colors, different emotions yung nabibigay nyo sa inyong audiences. So ask yourself, ano ba yung message na sinesend ko and what colors would best fit that? So this is another cheat sheet that you can take a screenshot of para alam nyo yung ibig sabihin ng mga colors. So if naaalala nyo, dati, nung libre pa tayo mamasyal sa mall, mga halos 2 years ago na, no? Libre po tayo mamasyal sa mall, all the sale signs would be in red and white. And this is because yung red gives you excitement, passion, and importance, and it has been a very effective color when it comes to sales. So, yun yung ibig sabihin niyan, di ba? So, ayan, take a screenshot of this so you can know what colors to use in your next designs. Ah, ayan. All right. And to learn more about colors, you can visit canva.com/colors. Here, you can upload your own photo dito sa color palette generator. You can upload your own photo, and then the system will get the hex codes, the exact colors for you dun sa paborito mong photo. You can also visit color palette ideas for some color combination inspiration. Say, gusto nyo, hindi nyo alam kung anong colors yung bagay, pero gusto nyo sunset, ganyan. So you can type in a keyword and it'll give you color combination ideas that you can use in your design. You can also play with the color wheel and see what colors best, kumbaga, combine and use with each other, or learn more about hundreds of color meanings. Meron din po kami yan. Diba? And this is free, canva.com/colors. It's a free resource for everybody. Okay, and then let's talk about imagery for design, no? So imagery, dalawa yan illustrations and photos. Photos muna tayo. When you use photos, it can help you showcase your idea, your message, very well. So you just have to make sure that all your photos are undeniably you or undeniably the message that you're trying to share. To achieve the same look for all your photos, especially sa Instagram, yung dapat medyo maganda yung feed mo, di ba? All you have to do is to use the same filter for all of your photos. We have 2 tips when designing with photos. Ayan, tip number 1, please place your, nagmakaawa, please place your text in clear spaces, no? So the empty space around your elements help the viewer focus on them without distractions and give balance to your design. Marami ako nakikita na parang nag-overlap yung, alam mo yun, yung background photo and then yung text, tapos ang hirap ng basahin ng message, no? So you have to make sure, parang hierarchy lang to eh. You have to make sure na yun yung unang makikita ng inyong audiences, yung text ninyo, bago yung background photo. Ayan. So, ang tanong naman dito, what if my background photo is super busy tapos walang clear space? Ano naman gagawin ko doon, Gladys? May sagot ako sa inyo dyan. You can create contrast for your text by using shapes and frames, or kumbaga, play with the transparency of your design just to create contrast for your text. Tulad itong mga examples na ito. So, kita nyo kung gaano ka-busy yung background, but we made sure na ang una pa rin mababasa ay yung text before they can look at the background photo. Now, when it comes to icons and illustrations or elements, the best way to keep your design cohesive is to keep them consistent in style and colors. So, yung medyo magkakamukha and maganda yung, kumbaga, combination ng colors mo. Ayan. In Canva, ito isa pang super proud kami. You can make your designs truly Pinoy by using Pinoy illustrations and photos. All you need to do is to search for the keyword Pinoy or Philippines or Filipino. Tapos mahanap nyo dyan yung samot-saring mga elements natin na, of course, gawang Pinoy. Gawa namin yan lahat. So, pinag-request namin yan. So, just use the keyword Pinoy to see them all in our library. And most of them are free also. And lastly, for tonight, one of the last category for graphic design is layout. So we have some tips for you here. Tip number 1, when you are designing, practice proximity. So I know that proximity medyo sounds a little bit fancy and scary, but it's actually very simple to achieve. All you need to do is take the elements that are related to each other and group them together. So for this graphic design, what we did is, so yung una on your left, you can see medyo kalat-kalat, no, yung mga elements and text. So what we did is we grouped all the icons together on the right and grouped all the text together on the left. Tas maganda yung alignment niya. We also grouped the name and the role of the person in this kumbaga business card design. And we also grouped all the contact information medyo sa baba para mas madali siyang basahin, mas madali siyang intindihin, at mas madali siyang maalala ng taong titingin sa kanya. So you just have to group them together. All right. Tip number 2 with layout is to embrace the negative space. Ayan. Ano to, kasalanan ko rin to before, no? When I was still starting in design. Feeling ko kasi, pag may empty spaces, sayang. So, dapat lagyan natin ng something, lagyan natin ng bulaklak, lagyan natin, basta dapat puno siya kasi sayang yung space. Hindi pala dapat ganon. Especially ngayon na usong-uso na yung minimalist types of design, no? So the empty space, again, around your text helps it breathe a little bit and gives it space. It also helps the viewers to focus on yung message nyo talaga without any distractions. And it gives balance to your design. So if there are spaces, okay lang yan. Hayaan nyo na, iwan na lang natin. If kailangan ng space, bigyan ng space. Yun lang naman ang hugot ko for tonight. Charot. And then my last tip for you is to ace alignment. Um, so if you are using just a few, kumbaga 2 to 3 elements and mga short text lang, you can align them in the center. Ganyan para mabili. Kumbaga yung focus nasa center agad, madaling mabasa, madaling ma-consume. But for instance, if you are designing and medyo mas marami kayong text, you can use the left alignment kasi yun naman tayo sanay magbasa din. So left alignment, ayan. Okay. And that's it for tonight. That was text, color, imagery, and layout. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Ayan. But first, let me do some promotions. If you are a freelancer or know any freelancers, we would love to empower you. Through our community. It's called Canva for Freelancers. Ano po ito? Facebook group ito, no? So this started when halos nag-start din yung pandemic and people shifted to freelancing kasi may mga nawawalan ng trabaho. So we wanted to empower people to really find jobs and find a living through freelancing using Canva. So if you know anyone who is a freelancer or you are a freelancer, join kayo dyan. At saka marami rin kaming giveaways and webinars, exclusive webinars, not just about Canva, but everything under the freelance, kumbaga, field to really empower our community. And if negosyante naman kayo, ang dami-daming community, no? If you are an MSME or an entrepreneur, small, micro, big, medium business, kahit anong klase ng business, we have another community called Canva for Negosyo. And this was started naman back in, I think, October of last year when the Philippines was starting to bounce back from all our lockdowns and all businesses being closed. So we really just want to help the Filipinos get back on their feet and make sure that they use Canva. Libre naman eh. So malaking tulong sa business. And lastly, if you are a teacher or you know any teachers, we also have Canva for Filipino teachers. Here naman we empower teachers because the problem that we were trying to solve is them shifting to remote teaching, diba? And so then also for Filipino teachers, we give a free upgrade for Canva for Education. So they can use Canva Pro for free and add their students there and make use of Canva as their teaching tool. Ayan. So please join our Facebook groups, our community, so we can get to know you more and we can connect with you and you could connect with other people who uses Canva for either freelancing, teaching, and business. And sana po marami kayong natutunan tonight. Please follow us on our social media channels and please share the hashtag CanvaLove on social media On Facebook, that's Canva. On Instagram and on Twitter, that's Canva_PH. Hindi pa maraming tao ang nakakaalam na meron na kaming local social media presence. So please do follow us because we post a lot of truly Pinoy content for everybody. All right. And that's the end of my talk. Thank you so much. I am happy to open the floor for any questions.
Yun. Maraming salamat.
Hi.
If you have questions for Gladys or for the Canva team, yung iba, nag-interact na sa chat room,
Yes.
chat box na chat room. Okay? Feel free, if you want to unmute yourselves, feel free to unmute yourselves. So we'll be accommodating. Marami pa tayong oras. Sabado naman eh. So yun, ako, it's the first time that I heard that Canva Philippines has their own, social media presence. Lagi ko
Yes.
tinitingnan yung global eh. So meron palang local. Oh. Ang tanong, let's say I'm a photographer.
Yes.
Is there a way for me to submit my photos to Canva?
Yes,
Uh,
good question. Ay,
Oo.
sige, meron pa follow-up yata.
Hindi,
Go ahead.
yun, go, yun lang. So
Yes,
parang
good
pwede ko ba
question.
i-monetize yung mga photos ko? Parang ganun.
Oo, pwedeng-pwede yan. So if you are a photographer or even if you make music or if you are an illustrator and you want yung mga content nyo, yung mga gawa nyo, yung media ninyo to be in Canva and gusto nyo pagkakitaan, pwede po yan. You can go to, let me double check lang ang aking I'm not sure if it's Canva. All right. So let me see. Maybe I'm not sure what you call it. Sorry. Maybe Lynn can help us in the chat box because I nablanko ako. But merong website that you can go to and you can upload or parang apply to be a contributor. There you go, Bob. You can apply to be a contributor for Canva. So all you need to do is go to canva.com. Thank you, Lynn. Go to canva.com/contributors and from there you can learn more about what can you contribute, how can you be a contributor, ano yung mga, di ba may mga specifications yan, kung gaano kalaki, anong file size, paano ang pag-review and everything, and how you can earn from it. But please do visit canva.com/contributors so you know how to apply. Kukunin ko na rin tong chance na to, Bob, no? So if you are a photographer, illustrator, pwede ka sa contributors. Pwede ka naman if you are a designer and you want to design templates on Canva and earn from it, you can go to canva.com/creators naman ito. So what they'll do, meron doon guidelines and you can start creating your own templates. And i-apply mo siya sa Canva. Once that's in, people will start using it, you start earning money, and that's all. Kumbaga, di ba, ang galing na nung ano. And then, if naman you have, if you are a certain influencer and you have followings, you can also be a Canva affiliate and start earning money from your referrals to people to use Canva. Pwede rin yan. So, go to I think that's canva.com/affiliates then. So just search for that. But we have a lot of programs that people can use to earn money, honestly.
Oo, cool. Kailan pa yung affiliates program na yun?
Yung affiliates program, I believe, just started, if not in 2020, late 2019. Yes, bago lang siya.
Sayang, ang dami ko nung na-refer sana sa Canva.
Ay, it's not too late.
Okay, so we have a question from Mark Anthony Yabis. Hey, Mark.
Ay, magandang gabi. Ayan,
Magandang gabi. Go ahead.
Ayan, may tanong lang ako per ma'am. Kasi most of my in-house presentations kasi are created on Canva. Kanya nga lang, there are some instances na yung presentations na ginagawa ko sa Canva is tina-transfer ko to PowerPoint ng Microsoft, wherein some of the effects and fonts kasi ay hindi applicable to Microsoft. Will there be parang support for some other na when you migrate from Canva to Microsoft PowerPoint is talagang ma-capture siya?
Gets ko
Or
naman yun, no? Alright. So, recently, naririnig ko nga, and na-experience ko rin na merong trouble, especially when it comes to elements, na hindi siya nababasa ng PowerPoint. Alam ko rin yan. So, nag-download din pala ako ng PowerPoint, ano? But yes, it is a downloadable feature in Canva. You can download it as a PowerPoint. When it comes to the fonts naman kasi, Mark, no? Alam naman natin to, even without Canva, alam natin na si PowerPoint medyo to use different fonts, dapat meron kang downloaded font sa system mo para mabasa niya. So ako, ito personal hack ko ito, no? If I'm downloading it as a PowerPoint, I try to find out if meron ako mapagda-downloadan for free of the fonts that I'm using inside Canva. And so I can download it to my device. Yun yung trick ko sa'yo. But also, para hindi ka na maghirap ng magda-download ka pa or maghahanap ka pa ng elements and mag-edit ka pa, bakit hindi ka na lang mag-present using Canva? Because we have different presentation features using Canva. So you can present with your notes there. That's called presenter view. You can also record yourself presenting para hindi ka na magpe-present ng live. Ganyan. If takot kang maputo ng internet, pwede rin naman yun. But yeah, we'll take your question as a suggestion na rin for our team to check if there's anything that we can kumbaga tweak in the certain situation ng pag-download ng PowerPoint. Thank you for your question.
sige. In addition po doon sa tanong ko, kasi yes, pwede nga po sa Canva. Pero kasi
Yes.
yung effects and animations kasi niya, it does not follow yung user click. Automatic siya, which is parang ang hirap pag pinresent mo one by one item. Let's say for example, ganun. Pero lumabas na siya lahat. So
Totoo
parang
naman,
mangyayari, you
oo.
are going to hasten yung pag-explain mo. Which is,
Yeah.
parang for me, parang isang bagsak kasi siyang animation, hindi yung per click. Parang ganun.
Okay. That's true. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, good point din yun, hindi ko rin napansin yun. Good point yun. We'll jot it down and let the team know kasi yung mga feedback na ganyan is just our way to make, the features better. So, thank you. Lynn, note mo na yan.
Oh, maraming salamat, Mark, sa tanong mo. Ayun. So, pwede pala ako magpasa ng mga plane spotting photos, no? Baka sakaling ma-monetize.
Yes, oo, pwedeng-pwede. Go.
Okay. Sino pang may mga katanungan? Romar, you have? Go.
May tanong ako
Yes.
for Miss Gladys at saka kay Miss Lynn. Kasi 'di ba we can use yung mga existing supported audio at saka video in Canva. Yung question ko lang is ano yung license nung mga assets na yon? Kasi if we're going to be using that on the things that we create, ano ba yung
Yes.
licensing niya? Is it CC by 0, CC something, whatever licensing?
Okay. So yung technicalities of CC0, CC something something, that I'm not sure about. But if we're talking about copyrights, hindi siya supposed to be copyrighted as long as, so when you so when you use video and audios for the first time in your design, Canva, the system will prompt you to connect your Canva account to your social media pages so that the police ang sasabihin ko, so that the system knows that whenever you post it through your social media pages, kilala namin na ikaw yung gumamit nun at galing sa Canva, so hindi ka dapat makaka-copyright. Yun yung system namin of making sure that it doesn't get muted or it doesn't get blocked. But in terms of CC number, I'm sorry, Romar, I don't think I'm the right person to address that question. But if you want to message us on our Facebook page, we can direct you to the right person or find the correct answer for
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Kasi I was thinking I'm doing some assets
Yes.
for my channel at saka my Facebook page din
Right.
na using Canva. So
Right.
yun na nga I'm kind of staying away yet on using yung mga supported audio tsaka video
Yeah.
na nandun ng mga available kasi hindi pa clear sa akin yung licensing. So,
Yeah. So far, ito personal experience, I know a few YouTubers and sort of, so yung pag nag-post sila sa YouTube, nasa Facebook din naman, but they've used a lot of our videos and audios, and yun nga, as long as you connect your social media channels to Canva, wala silang nagiging problema about it. So yeah. But yeah, if you want to message us so we can give you like yung clear specifications and anong tawag nito, yung mga rules and regulations. Parang maling term yun, pero we can answer you better if you want to message us on social media.
sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Romar.
We can always check on legal.
Yun ipapasa ko na nasa kanila.
Parang one time, may nagtanong din ganun sa akin when I gave a talk sa isang school. Sabi ko, I'll get back to you. Pero actually, I'll check with legal first. Cool. So, okay. Sino pa may mga tanong sa chat, or if you want to ask them on air, feel free to unmute. So, kanina nagtanong ako, sabi ko kung may limit ba yung number of designs that you can create. So, sabi ni Lynn, wala naman daw. So, same ba dun sa number of images that I can upload?
Okay. So, yung free, okay, ganito yun. Yung free Canva, in terms of designs, no, meron kang libreng 5 gig. When you are upgraded to Canva Pro, 100 gig na yung limit nyo. But, yung 5 gig na yun, it's only for designs, not really para sa uploaded elements or photos that you want, no? So, technically, parang wala siyang limit. And honestly, from my personal experience, yung personal account ko ng Canva, which is not upgraded, sobrang dami ko na talaga in a lot of years that I've been using Canva. Ang dami ko ng designs doon. May capacity pa rin siya. Parang sabi ko, napakalaki naman ng 5 gig. But yun, it feels like it's limitless, honestly. You don't feel yung capacity niya, but yeah, there is.
Kasi ako, I tried to check. Sa iniisip ko is baka mamaya there's a certain limit. Tapos yung parang first in, first out. Yung mga unang in-upload, binubura. Pero I tried to check. They're still there. And I've
They're
been using
still there,
Canva for
oo.
years. So yun.
Di ba?
Kaya nagtatawas ako. Baka may limit. Hindi ko lang napapansin. Pero it's good to
Pero,
know.
oo. It doesn't feel like there is. Meron it on paper, but honestly, like, it doesn't feel like there is. And yung mga design nyo before, hindi siya mawawala sa inyong account unless i-delete nyo siya, i-put nyo siya sa trash. And even when you put it into trash or delete it, di pa siya ma-delete up until 30 days na nandun siya sa trash. Ganun kasigurado na hindi mawawala yung designs ninyo.
Sa akin kasi sa blog ko, gamit ang Canva kasi I'm not
Yes.
a design person. So parang I just need to have a photo that fits on the header of my blog
Right.
entry or article. So parang at least meron na akong nagawa dati na swak yung size niya. So I'll just have to create a copy of that and then change the
Diba?
elements. Saka may
Right.
color scheme ka na. Di ba? Hindi mo na kailangan ulitin ulit.
True.
Even for
hindi ka na
Mozilla,
mag-scratch. Yeah.
yung yung poster namin kanina with your face and even all the certificates, yun, wala si Kim He's not available tonight. Sa Canva ginagawa. Before, he's using a different software that we cannot name. Tapos, nilalagay niya sa Canva kasi ako yung naglalagay ng text and I don't have that software and I don't know how to use that software. So
Right.
parang yun, naging workflow na namin ngayon. He'll create something in Canva, create it sa template, and then from there, we can work on things.
Diba? It's very collaborative. Yep.
Will there be a chance to have a Canva that is offline?
There is a plan. Teams might be working on it already. But just stay tuned because yes, a lot of people have been asking for, kailan ba magkaka-offline? We really need Canva offline. And so we hear you. We are working on having that really, really soon. So abang-abang lang tayo. We should be announcing it with the bang, kumbaga. But yeah, everyone's waiting for it. It should be in the works.
Kasi I help a school down south around Cebu area, and some of their teachers they're using Canva. Ang problem nila is internet connection, especially that
Yes.
side. So para they're asking me, so I'm not aware if there is a Canva that is offline something. So yun,
Yes.
tanong ni Mark Anthony is, how about Canva desktop?
Canva desktop, meron na, Mark. Alam ko meron na. Maybe Lynn can send the link to where you can download Canva for desktop. There you go. But honestly, like ako, hindi ko siya, hindi ko pa siya natatry, so I can't really say. Ayan. So, meron downloadable desktop app for Mac and Windows. You can try that out. And feedbackan mo kami how it goes. Pero meron na kami niyan.
Cool. Didn't know na merong Mac and
Yes.
Windows app. So yeah, definitely
Oo.
I'll try it out. Pero yeah, I'm happy with the browser version. So okay, cool. Sino pa may katanungan? Samantalahin na natin habang narito si Gladys sa Lynn. Huwag na kayong mahiya. Okay, so thank you for joining us tonight. So yung mga bagong sali, feel free to ask questions, English or Tagalog. Nakakaintindi ang mga tiga Canva.
Yes.
Ah, ano pa ang aantabayan na namin sa Canva in the near future aside from having the offline version? Is there anything that you can share with us?
Madami, pero baka mawalan ako ng trabaho. Pero all I can say is that when people ask, when people request for a feature, request for a certain design or certain template na kailangan talaga, all I can say is that Canva really listens. Yan, sila Lin yung mga nagli-list ng mga request talaga, and we take it up to the team. Kumbaga from CEO down. And we really work on giving people what they request. So if there's anything that you want to be added on Canva, huwag kayong mahiya, i-request nyo lang. I-message nyo kami on social media, because our team really does listen. And that's one thing that I love about Canva, is they really treasure yung feedback ng users, no? And so then request lang kayo.
Cool,
Kasi
cool.
I know,
And
like, Bob,
yeah,
I'm
go,
sure
go.
you've used Canva from, a few years back, and Canva now, and nakita mo na ang laki na ng difference, 'di ba? So, yun talaga, and it's because Canva has been listening to feedback and trying to improve the system every time merong request or feedback from our users.
Yeah, and especially that Canva had cool people up from the founders down to all. Lalo yung mga nasa vibe team nyo.
Yes.
Pag naki-crush kami ng event sa office nyo, very cool people. Yun.
Oo, true. Totoo naman yan, oo. Yung mga kapitbahay namin noon, yung mga katabing offices, ganyan. Sige, may pagkain, come on.
Yeah. Na-miss ko na yung kape sa office nyo.
Ayan. Ayan, si Mark din pala, nakakapunta na rin sa office before.
Mm-mm. So yeah,
Ayan.
parang the last few events of Mozilla nung pwede pang mag face to face, yeah, we did it at your office.
Oh,
So,
nice.
mm-mm.
Yeah. Namimiss ko na rin eh. Pag nalalaman namin may event, stay talaga kami kasi
Cool,
masarap yung
cool.
food.
Yun.
Ayan.
Saka you
Romar
have a
already applied for an affiliate. Yes. Good luck sa
awesome.
iyo, Romar.
Cool. Ano pa? Sino pa may katanungan sa inyo? Before natin bitawan si Lynn saka si Gladys. Sino pa ba? Si M din dito pala si M.
Yes.
Okay. Wala nang hahabol ang tanong.
I'm good, Bob.
Okay. Sige, kung wala na kayong tanong, maybe the last thing on my agenda is actually a class photo. Those who wish to be part of the class photo, please turn on your camera. Okay. I'll just have to remove pin here. Okay. So yung mga ayaw makasama sa class photo, wag i-on yung camera nyo para hindi kayo makasama pag screenshot ko. Yep. Okay. trying to monitor here. So this is ito yung new normal when we ask for class photo, di ba? Even for
True.
Mozilla Global when we have meetings eh. So pagka ni-remind ko that we need to have a class photo. So just okay. So lahat okay na? I'll be taking the photo in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, smile. One more. Okay. 3, 2, 1, smile. There. Okay. So kung wala nang tanong, maraming salamat to the Canva team, Gladys, Lynn. Okay. Hopefully this will not be the last time that we will have you. Okay. Kung meron kayong gusto ipopromote, the Mozilla Philippines Community is always here. We are grateful to have you tonight. And yun, as I mentioned, matagal na namin kaibigan mga taga Canva, and we at Mozilla Philippines Community use Canva a lot, and we love the products that you have. Maraming salamat sa inyo.
Okay. Thank you din. Thank you for inviting us sa uulitin, and thank you everybody for being interactive tonight. Salamat.
Yun. Okay. So maraming salamat. So this has been Bob Reyes of the Mozilla Philippines Community. So I invite you all to follow us on social media. We are on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We are also looking for people who can help us man our social media presence. And with that, we end tonight's session for the Mozilla Philippines Community Online Meetup. Ingat kayong lahat at magkita-kita tayo online. Be safe both online and offline. Good night and happy weekend.